guys? This is Wild Rocker here, and guess what? I might have been too loud in the intro, but fuck you, I don't care. Today we got a shit ton of fucking news. Oh my god, we got like massive fucking amounts. And I just wanted to start off with the tweets that Ed Boon's been having, and oh my god, I mean like what? You know, it's like fucking crazy and all this shit. So, first tweet, which was 6 days ago. A person actually tweeted Ed on his Twitter account, obviously, duh, and he says, Ronald McDonald's confirmed, trying to be a wise ass or something. And Ed Boon replied, and he says, don't you mean ketchup and mustard? Smiley face. Now, obviously, in the Mortal Kombat world, you think ketchup, mustard, duh, Cyrix, and Sector. Now, a lot of people didn't really get that joke because they thought he was talking about a fucking hamburger, and I'm just like, really? But, anyways. So, is that a hint towards Cyrix and Sector? We don't know. We have no idea. He could just be fucking trolling us like he always does on Twitter. We don't know. Now, if he is, that'd be fucking sweet. Because I like the cyborgs in the game, and, especially Cyrix. So, and I like Sector's attitude, too, and his design for MK9. But, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I just like Cyrix more, I guess. I don't know. Now, in a different subject, on a different tweet, which I'm not really too sure on when this one was actually made. But anyways, another person, not the same person, different person, was on Ed's Twitter account also, and he says, well, pretty much, as MK rules, so to say, that they won't see their favorite character, which was Katana. So they're like, I guess we're never going to see Katana in this new Mortal Kombat, right? And Ed replied and said, you do realize this is Mortal Kombat, right? With a winky face. Now, what the fuck does that mean? Like, obviously people are thinking, oh, duh, Katana's in, duh, And if people actually knew fucking Ed, they know that he likes to troll a lot, so obviously, what we're thinking is maybe right, maybe not right. We don't know. I mean, we have an idea, but we don't really know, So, what if he's actually saying, hey, these characters that we saw die in the last game are gonna make a return in this game? That doesn't really mean that that's actually gonna happen, or maybe it does. We don't know, but as he just mentioned to this person on his Twitter, quote his same exact words, this is Mortal Kombat, right? So, obviously, since the other games, even since the first one, if you're a real Mortal Kombat fan, then you would know the number one fucking fact is that Mortal Kombat people don't fucking die. They just be, rebirth, so to say, So, my speculation, and this is what a lot of people's speculation is, not everybody's, but this is my speculation, okay? Hold on. I had to take a drink there. My speculation is, I'm sorry, most people's speculation, I cannot fucking talk today, is that the people that fucking died in Mortal Kombat 9 are gone, for good. And, like when Sindel had, like, a fucking Metapause fit and killed, like, 6 or 7 people right off the bat, Striker, Smoke, and Nightwolf even sacrificed himself, Katana, and all them people, fans automatically assume that they're gone for good. How many times it's been over 20 years. How many people fucking got to realize that, they don't fucking die. They come back, duh. And I just don't get it. And my opinion on this, my whole theory, which I could be totally fucking wrong too, but this is just my theory, is that the people that died, I think they have more of a chance actually being in this MKX than the people that didn't die. Like Smoke, Striker, like I mentioned, Jax, Nightwolf, and so on and so on. Because, I mean, you typically see Nightwolf, a lot. Your main general, people that you kind of always see in some games, like Nightwolf, Jax, Katana, Liu Kang, John Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, so on and so on. But, so that's my opinions. But he could, he could, screw with both of our heads. People that think that the people that are coming in this game that are, they're not dead, so they're in, and my opinion is, or my thought is that the people that died from Sindel's Metapause or throughout the MK storyline, have a shot of being in this game. Or maybe he could just say, you know what, we were just going to pick anybody and just put them in there, whether they died regardless or not in MK9. So, which, that's probably the possibility, to be honest. So, now, another subject came to mind when I was thinking about this, when everyone did die in Mortal Kombat 9 story. Where the fuck are people getting that Liu Kang died? He didn't fucking die, people. He didn't. They see him get fucking shocked, okay, and a little crispy, by Raiden, but he didn't fucking die. He got knocked the fuck out is what happened, and he didn't die. I'm telling you. Now, in Deadly Alliance, okay, duh, of course he died because he came back in Deception as fucking zombie Liu Kang, duh, okay. Now. But for this storyline, since they want to, retell the whole, vision, what? He didn't fucking die, and even if he did, wouldn't you think they would fucking, leave him there? Like, I'd be like, dude, you're fucking dead, man. You're on your own. See ya, but they didn't, because after the story, they fucking took him, and then they took Sonya, and then they took Johnny, and, Raiden went, okay, see you guys, and then everyone, teleported away. So why the fuck would they take him? They would take him to bury him? That'd be fucked up because he'd be carrying a dead body around. But anyways, no, I believe he didn't fucking die. I mean, come on, he's the main character. He's the main guy of Mortal Kombat. He's fucking defended Earthrealm, and whooped Shao Kahn's ass every single fucking time. And Shang Tsung, so I'm just saying. But anyways, now for a different subject. Some rumored characters. We got a rumored character that if I pronounce this wrong, I'm sorry, but I think it's called a Mugen or a Mugen, like a custom game that somebody's made, right? Well, a long time ago, they made one with a blue cyborg, and they called it Hydro. That's kind of the reason that they got the idea for Cyber Sub-Zero in MK9, right? For the MK3 version of Cyber Sub-Zero. Now, a lot of people have been saying that in this Mortal Kombat that he's actually going to be in there. Not Cyber Sub-Zero, but Hydro. The actual character from these games. These fan-made games. Why would they make a random character that someone already created on a fan version of Mortal Kombat unless they really liked it? But okay, hold on. But get this. Okay, they already did that with Cyber Sub-Zero. So why the fuck would Hydro have any point into being in this game? Now, a lot of you have no idea that even MK made fucking comics, a long time ago. And there was a person by the name of Hydro, and he was basically from the Lin Kuei, just like Sub-Zero and his brother, Bi-Han and Kuai Liang. They were in there. And there was a guy that had these Chiromancer arms, just like Sub-Zero and, MK Deadly Alliance. And his name was Hydro, and he was a human. And he had a black cape, but he had the blue mask. Kind of looked like Sub-Zero with a black cape, black hoodie. And his name was Hydro. But his alias name was also Sub-Zero. So my question is that, are they bringing Hydro back because his brother... Not Hydra's brother, but Sub-Zero's little brother is becoming a robot too? I mean, because that kind of makes sense in a way, because, hey, the first Sub-Zero was changed into, Cyber Sub-Zero. And then... Which kind of really fucks with your head, because I know in Trilogy they had Cyber Sub-Zero... In Trilogy they had Sub-Zero, Unmasked Sub-Zero, and then they had Noob Saibot. Okay, from a story point of view, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Now, they did the same exact thing in MK9. They had Cyber Sub-Zero, they had normal Sub-Zero, and then they had, Noob Saibot. So I don't really get that, but I really don't. But anyways, now, as for a different subject, as for Johnny Cage... Okay, obviously people already know this one already. Johnny Cage and Sonya, yeah, they were bumping, a little bit, and they had a daughter, I think it was Cassie Cage, if I recall. And if I remember in one of my videos I said Casey Cage, so I apologize. It's Cassie, with the ass. All right. But anyways, Now, we already know this, and people are speculating that, or I'm sorry, people are assuming that Johnny Cage is going to be in this game, right? We don't know that. Now, it could just be his daughter, and that's it. We have no fucking idea. Which, in my opinion, I really don't think that he would be in, since they already have his daughter in. You know, they wouldn't have the whole family in the game, would they? I don't know. But there's been rumors going around with Johnny Cage being an Elder God from his story from MK9. Now, as Ed has hinted from that guy that made that tweet a while back and said, you know, no one really dies in Mortal Kombat, right? Okay, well, if that's the case, and since we were talking about MK9, you know, MK9 deaths, that means that he just confirmed that the story for MK9 was never canon. But what's the fucking... wasn't that the whole point of the game? Was to retell the story the way that they wanted it? You know, because... Because, you know, the other way they kind of got fucked over and they kind of all, like, died from Armageddon. I'm sorry. But, you know, from Blaze and, you know, all that stuff. But what I don't get is that... Okay, if these stories are not canons, then why does MK9 even exist, to be honest? Because this is supposed to be a telling of a whole another vision of a retelling of, you know, the story between MK1 and MK3. So I really don't get that point. But what I'm talking about Johnny Cage is that the ending for Johnny Cage is that, you know, he absorbed the powers and pretty much had unbelievable strength. Almost, well, I'm pretty sure he turned into a type of elder god. I'm not too sure on that. But a lot of people are saying that in this one that he is an elder god. I'm sorry, but Raiden never liked Johnny Cage, ever. I mean, he respects him for being one of the good guys, but as for, you know, training and becoming, you know, the defender of Earthrealm, I'd be like, fuck no. So, a lot of people are speculating on that. I really don't know why. I mean, other than his ending in MK9, I mean, I really don't have no theories to prove that. So... I don't believe it, but that's what some people believe, and most people are like Johnny Cage becoming an elder god. Ha! But we never know, you know. I mean, we've seen that he had a daughter with Sonya, and you would think that would never fucking happen, but it did. And then my final story, we got Kano, and I fucking hate Kano. That cannonball shithead. Hey, no, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Hey, no offense to anybody who likes Kano or anything. Actually, I like Kano. Definitely like his accent, and you know, a lot of people don't realize that, you know, the actor that played Kano in MK1, you know, passed away a while back. You know, I mean, like about, oh god, it's been, I think, years. I can't remember, but you know, rest in peace to him and all that, because he played that fucking role awesome. Well, anyways, as for the whole information story on Kano, there have been some leaked images on Twitter and Facebook and on YouTube. A lot of people, and they were him fighting Kotal Khan. Now, he kind of resembles what he looks like from Deadly Alliance a little bit, but with a little bit more hair, to be honest. I really wouldn't know if these were real or not, but if you want to see them, I'll post pictures up right now. And yeah, so I mean, what's your thoughts on this? Because I think they look fake as shit, to be honest. But we never know. These could just be low-resolution pictures. We don't know if these are actually real or not, you know. But we can't automatically assume that they're fucking real either, you know. We're just speculating and kind of, you know, in the dark on this whole situation right now. So, but anyways, yeah. So this has been Wild Rocker. If you guys want to see more of these videos, just drop a like and a comment, and please subscribe if you haven't. And I'll check you guys in next time for the next video. So, peace out. Ballsack. T-bye.